জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী। জয়
জয়
রাধা
রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী।
জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী। জয় রাধা
রাধা
মাধব কুঞ্জ
কুঞ্জ বিহারী।
জয় গোপী জন বল্লভ জয় গিরিবর ধারী। জয় গিরিবর ধারী। জয়
গোপী জন
বল্লভ
বল্লভ গিরিবরধারী। জয় গিরিবরধারী।
জয় যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জনরঞ্জন।
নন্দন ব্রজ জন রঞ্জন।
যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জনরঞ্জন।
যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জন রঞ্জন।
যমুনা তীর বনচারী। যমুনা তীর
বনচারী।
যমুনা তীর বনচারী। যমুনা তীর
বনচারী।
জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী। জয়
জয়
রাধা
রাধা
মাধব
কুঞ্জ বিহারী।
জয় রাধা মাধব রাধা মাধব রাধা মাধব। জয় রাধা মাধব জয়
জয়
রাধা
রাধা মাধব
মাধব
জয়
রাধা
রাধা
মাধব।
মাধব। রাধা মাধব জয় রাধা মাধব।
জয় গৌরনিতাই গৌরনিতাই গৌরনিতাই। জয় গৌরনিতাই জয়
জয়
গৌরনিতাই।
গৌরনিতাই গৌরনিতাই গৌরনিতাই। জয় গৌরনিতাই।
জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ। জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয়
জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ। জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ।
জয় জয় গুরুদেব গুরুদেব গুরুদেব। জয় জয় গুরুদেব জয়
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 গুরুদেব।
গুরুদেব গুরুদেব গুরুদেব। জয় জয় গুরুদেব।
নিতাই গৌর হরিবল হরিবল হরিবল। নিতাই গৌর হরিবল নিতাই গৌর হরিবল।
হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল।
जयम विष्णुपाद परमं च परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद शिलाभाई चरणारविंद भक्त वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
हरि बोल।
All together we will do Mangala Charan until Vaishnava Pranam. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Shri Chaitanya
Manobhishtam
Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vande Amashi Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Shakrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Nitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Swavadutam Purijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakharanitamsya Namo Yam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpataro Vasakripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanang Pavanebhya Vaishnavebhya Namo Namaha Jayo Sa Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, everyone, and welcome to our Saturday reading. So, Prabhu, which sloka we was in Thursday?
Text 41, Prabhu.
Right. Text
Adil,
41.
yeah, chapter 3, Adi Lila, chapter 3, text 41.
Right. Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jayo Dvaita Chandra Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we're reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, 3rd chapter, text 41. Tapto hema shamakante prakanda sharir Navamegho jini kanto dhoni de gambhir. Translation, Ramchandra Prabhu, please.
Sure, Prabhu. The luster of his expansive body resembles molten gold. The deep sound of his voice conquers the thundering of newly assembled clouds.
So, this is the verses are giving actually the descriptions of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's color and his bodily future. Taptu hema. So, we know hema, the word, are having a different meanings and different name of the hema. As when we pray the obeisances to Srimati Radharani, we say Taptu Kanchana Gaurangi Shiradhe Vrindavaneshwari. Taptu Kanchana. The same, the Kanchanas are sending over here Hemaha. So Tapta Hema is a liquid gold. When the gold, a form of liquidity, how it look like? Because when gold came with a shape, with the jewelry or anything, that's actually not a pure gold. Because pure gold, you cannot make anything. Jewelry and anything, you cannot make it. A little bit of touch, it will be crooked. It will be shape change because it's very soft. Very soft. And that's why the gold, they make 22 carats, you have to add some mixed match, some coppers and some Chisha ke ki bole bro? Chisha?
Lead.
Lead, yeah.
Made.
Lead.
Oh, lead.
Lead.
Right.
Yeah.
Lead. Right. Yeah. So they mix that with lead and copper to make gold little stable. So over here, I'm mentioning in a top to hema, which bodily color is the melted gold. Prakanda Sharir. And we know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not short height. As Mahaprabhu came in this age of Kali, he is a very huge Prakanda Sharir. And also, when we read Bhagavad Gita here, you can recognize the person who came from heavenly planets or who came from Gandharva Lokas and who came from the lower planets by talking with them. Divanand Prabhu, did you remember that verse?
By talking, you'll understand where he's from, or
Yeah, by talking, when somebody you are talking, so by hearing from them, you can recognize this person's come from heaven.
no, I've heard about it, but I don't remember the verse.
I also forget the verse. That's why I'm just trying to get help. Maybe Ramchandra Prabhu will remember that.
You should go to Ramchandra Prabhu. I don't know anything.
No, Prabhu. Where Prabhu? In Bhagavad Gita, you're saying?
Yeah, in Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita.
It is in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Okay. What is just mentioning Shada Harshad Valaha, always love, always laughing, smiling face, talking with a very sweet voice. Talking with a very sweet voice, they are coming from the heavenly planets. Pura, whose people are talking in a normal way, but is hurt directly to your heart. You think, better he can, he could slap me. But that's for that personalities is normal. Because that personalities came from not a heaven. That personalities came from the lower planets. And according to that personality's nature, their word got in that way. It's very nice. Some is like a nice singers. Can Mohit meanings?
Enchant, Prabhu.
Can get the
Enchant.
attention.
Enchant.
Can get the everyone's attention, and people can be, attract with that personalities. He have that quality, and that qualities come from the Gandharva Lokas. So those kind of persons come from Gandharva Lokas. So we have to find out that verse number. I just forgot. Very nicely that verse are given.
Is it in the Gunatraya Vibhag Jog chapter, Prabhu?
Might be.
Okay.
Might be. I have to find out.
Yeah, I'll go back and look.
Okay.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. That's can give us the details that where that persons come from. No, office, there is someone? No, it's open and warm. I mean, close the window. Oh. Okay, I will just go to CND's office and talk there. Light grow up karo. So Prabhu, in the meantime, you can read the verse number 42. জানি না। Ramchandra Prabhu, could you read the verse next?
42?
Yeah, 42, and then I will just that time I will just move on that room.
Okay, sure, Prabhu. Text 42. দৈর্ঘ্য বিস্তারে যেই আপনার হাত চারি হস্ত হয় মহাপুরুষ বিখ্যাত. Translation, Prabhu, anyone can read? Arindam Prabhu, please read the translation.
Actually, I have in the Bengali language.
Okay,
The book
okay.
I have is in Bengali.
Okay, no problem, Prabhu. So I'll request Divyanand Prabhu, please read the translation for 42.
Sure, Prabhuji. One who measures 4 cubits in height and in breadth by his own hand is celebrated as a great personality.
Let Punaram Prabhu join and he explains to us what does this mean.
Prabhu, you can go through and just have explanations within a minutes.
Okay, sure, Prabhu. So as far as I understand, like those divine personalities, their hand will reach up to their knees. So that is what is described here, like 4 cubits in height and in breadth, like yeah. I have heard that the Panchatattva in Mayapur, they are the exact replica of how Mahaprabhu was of that height. The actual height of Mahaprabhu was that. So that is, it's there in Mayapur Panchatattva. Yeah, so that resembles. So that is what it is described here. So Manoram Prabhu will describe in more details.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prabhu,
I mean, I just
Prabhu, ये office take over कर लो आप बढ़िया office.
You can call him. I don't know. His friend? My good brother. Number. So he lives in ashram.
okay. So actually, culture hall a little cold. You know, I was just thinking, let's do. Then Sudarshan said, "No, that his office is open." Then I said, "Okay."
That's good, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Prabhu, you already explained. Yes. So those specific personalities, and specifically we say ajanu lombito bhujo. Right? There is a nice song. Ajanu lombito bahu jugala. So anything, if you see their hand, their feet, even in a pace on this cheek, nose, long, that's all the symbol are Mahapurush, not Purushas, Mahapurushas.
Purusha.
You know, and those Mahapurushas are not in these earthly planets. If you see the picture of Srila Rupa Goswami and also the picture of Raghunath Das Goswami, the Raghunath Das Goswami's picture actually art by Shamrat Akbar. Shamrat Akbar, once he came to Radhakund and Vrindavan, and he wanted to actually build that Radhakund and Samkund
he want to make with a concrete. So he came and he requesting to Raghunath Das Goswami, that's, can I do this service? First of all, Raghunath Das Goswami chastised him, no one can do service to Radhakund and Samkund. But everyone take care of it. Take care of it, Radhakund and Shamkund. So then at that time, Shamrat Akbar was very much attracted by Raghunath Das Goswami's lecture. And he actually requesting him, can I make one picture for you? That time there is no camera, just click on it and done. So he brought a very famous artist from Delhi. And he art, means Raghunath Das Goswami, how old is they used to make a picture. The person sitting in front of you, you just seeing that person and the art. And as it is ditto, the art. Which picture we can still see on some books. So we have that, one very old picture we got from Vrindavan, and we have one Bengali books by His Grace Tarak Krishna Prabhu, Brahmachari. So I was also helping him when I was in Mayapur. I was the person who was actually publication all those books, which one is by him and a little bit of contributions of mine. So that's books we actually placed that picture of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, which one we can see the big hand. The hand is so long. His feet, when he's sitting, he have just only one, vastras, means the one other vastras. And that's also called kopin and dora vastra. Kopin, dora vastras means the kopin, and top of the kopin, there is a 1 feet of cloth from waist to below. That's all. So you can see his hand, how tall. He's very tall. So as it is, the Mahapurush, they are not the ordinary personalities. As we can see over here, are mentioning Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's details, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu look like. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. And is there something written about their other signs? Like my observation is all these Mahapurush has very long, their ear is also very long, as in like Buddha Dev. And I don't want to mention any specific name. Most of the acharyas, I see their ear is also very long.
Everything is mentioning not only the nose and cheek, ear, even their eyes. See, we call Padma Lochan or Kamala Lochan. How the Kamala Lochan has took place, because the Kamal Papris is a long. That's why it's a Kamal, Kamala Netram. Normal, we didn't say Kamal Netra. Because his eyes is very long, which is Kamala Netra. Look like lotus. Yes, there are also. You can see it's like in a Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. When Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, all the symbolic he's a very tall. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, very tall. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, very tall. Srila Prabhupada also tall. So Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he, as we was talking about him in Vrindavan last time we hear. So when he came back to Navadvip also he manifested so many pastimes. And journalists are, that time journalism started. Journalism started that time because it's just not much, not even 200 years ago. The journalist was hearing in Navadvip there is one Babaji came, and who have a long hand, long leg, is everyone calling him Mahapurush. Journalists want to examine him. Is it a Mahapurush? Reacting, imitating. Excuse me. So those journalists came to Navadvip, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's ashram. When they enter, that time they saw the Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj have a one big stick on his hand, and who was beating that big stick on the earth and saying, "Ja, ja, ja," meaning say, "Hey, just move away, move away, move away." So journalist was got scared. They are thinking, might be this Baba, he's not imitating. He knows everything, present, past, future. So we are coming, might be he knows what is our thought, why we came here. So that's why maybe he is very angry, and he said, go, 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 move away from here. They are scared. But journalists always they don't even care. Said, okay, let's go and ask why he want us to go back. Now they went to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and they asked him to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Babaji Maharaj, why you are so angry? Why you are so angry with us? Okay, what answer could give the Babaji Maharaj? What do you think? Devanand Prabhu, what do you think?
I don't know, Prabhu. I don't think so. He was angry with them. I don't think so. Like an exalted devotee like him would be angry on anyone. He must be doing something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mayank Prabhu?
Yeah, no clue, Prabhu. Sorry.
Ramchandra Priya Prabhu knows the story, might be. Prabhu? Ramchandra Priya Prabhu.
Oh, he was meditating on the pastime in Vrindavan, Prabhu. I don't know whether sheep or something. He was saying, go away, like that with a stick.
Yes.
He was in that mood. He was saying. So these people, when they came, he was in that lila. He was meditating on that, and these people thought that he's chastising him, something like it. Prabhu.
Right. So yes, he was meditating in Vrindavan. He was in Vrindavan at that time, and he saw there is one sheep came and eating the tulsi tree, tulsi plant. And from here, from Navadip, he beating that stick to that sheep to run away. Now journalist, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj said, no, I'm not angry with you guys. One beautiful tulsi plant in Vrindavan, one sheep came and tried to eat. So I just tried to push them off, just move away. The journalist said, oh, we got a clue. They note down the timing. What time Babaji Maharaj, beating in the earth. And that time there is no telephone. It was a telegram. They send a telegram. Go to Radhakund. Someone, they send telegram to Delhi. Go to Radhakund and find out in certain such place, on this time, there is one sheep came and eating tulsi. The people came from Delhi, and they came to Radhakund, Raghunath Das Goswami's ashram, and they got, yes, there is a big sheep came, and they can see the sheep was eat tulsi plant, and that time suddenly the sheep was run away. They reply him back, it is absolutely true. So Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj actually knows those journalists are coming to take exam. So Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj want to give a little bit of a clue about the Vaishnavas. They don't imitate, they actually stay in pastimes, and they want to protect the Lord's holy places. So those are the things, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj have many of them like this. His activities are there. So those kind of, you can see the big arms. So those are all Mahapurushas. Prabhu, you want to add anything?
No, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. And Prabhu, one thing I heard that this deities Panchatattva in Mayapur, they are the exact height of that Mahaprabhu was that height, yeah?
That deity height is actually not the height of Mahaprabhu. The deity height when Mahaprabhu came for Mahabhav.
Mhm.
So that time how tall Mahaprabhu are, so
Mhm.
that's the height of Panchatattva.
Okay.
You have to, his height is not only till head,
Hmm.
his height that time until his hand, whereas his
Oh.
hand is from
Okay.
feet to hand, that's the tallness of Mahaprabhu during the Mahabhav.
Hmm. Okay.
You can, we will read when we are in Antalila, how
Mhm.
Mahaprabhu in that small room of Gambhira,
Hmm.
during the Mahabhav time,
Hmm.
he was, crushing his hand because he's very tall and his hand is sucking in every places.
Hmm.
So
Prabhu, Mahabhav meaning like the last years of his life, or
yes, Mahabhav is not the last year of his life actually. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in mood of Mahabhav in Jagannath Puri, almost 12 years.
so the last 12 years.
Yeah, because 24 years is he got sannyas, and 18 years he was staying in Jagannath Puri, and 6 years he was doing Gamana Gaman. Gamana Gaman means he was traveling, right? So total 48 years Chaitanya Mahaprabhu represent in this earthly planets. So that 18 years, also in between the 6 years are there with our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are doing all pastime in Jagannath Puri. Last 12 years, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always stay in a static love mood of Vrindavan in Gambhira. And he don't travel much on that time. Always he was doing pastime over there. Devotee used to come there and meet with him.
Yeah, it's such a small room, bro. Like for
Yep.
12 years, he was in that room.
Yep.
Wow.
Not 12 years. He's in that room for 24 years.
Oh, he stayed there for 24 years, but last 12 years he was in Mahabhav.
Right, right. Because he got the place, he gave that place by King Pratap Rudra from day 2. Day 1, he was in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house. From day 2, he got the place in Gambhira, Kashi Mishra's house.
Thank you.
So the Prabhu, this bhava, Mahabhava is only shown by Srimati Radharani and Mahaprabhu, yeah, not
Right.
anyone else. We living entity can reach up to bhava stage, yeah,
Right.
not Mahabhava. That ecstatic symptom is only shown by Srimati Radharani,
Right.
Mahabhava. Yeah. And here, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with the mood of Srimati Radharani, so that's why he's showing those ecstatic symptom of Mahabhava.
Yep. Okay, verse. Oh, we are in verse 43, right, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Nagrodho parimandala haitaranam Nagradha parimandala tanu chaitanya gunadham. Translation. Ramchandra Prabhu.
Sure. Such a person is called Nyagrodha Parimandala, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who personifies all good qualities as the body of a Nyagrodha Parimandala.
Small purport, Prabhu, please.
Yeah, sure, Prabhu. Purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. No one other than the Supreme Lord Himself, who has engaged the conditioned souls by His own illusory energy, can possess these bodily features. These features certainly indicate an incarnation of Vishnu and no one else.
Jai. So, Prabhu, Nagrodha Parimandal. Nagrodha kake bole?
Yes, Prabhu, what we are saying?
I said, what's is like, what's called the Nagrodho?
Nagrodha Parimandala. Prabhu, I don't have any idea, Prabhu.
I don't have any idea too. As I know
Because
this
in
is
the translation also it is only mentioned Nagrodha Parimandala. Yeah.
right. Rachana Mata, do you have any clue of the Nagrodha Parimandala?
Prabhuji, I am checking in Sanskrit Kosha.
Uh-huh.
Let me, yeah, I'm checking. Yeah, I'm checking it right now. Nagraha. It's coming, Prabhuji. Yeah, Nagraha. Agraha is there, Nyagraha, Navagraha, Agraha, Anagraha, Dinagraha, Nyamagraha. Nyamagraha is there,
No, because
Prabhuji.
it's not a Agrahas or Namagraha, it's Grodha.
Uh,
So Nagrodhas, Nagrodha are there. So Nagrodhas, this word actually, came through. And then we asked these questions. I remember it's a long time back. One of the sannyasis. We started explaining, giving the explanations. Na grodha. Na grodha. We say is like when people are grow up. We say growth.
Oh, I found something on Wikipedia, a wisdom library.
Yeah, I saw your message.
Well,
That's actually
like a
that's
banner.
so yes, that's the things actually. That's na grodha. Na means is the very proper way. With body, proper way meanings the growth was so long. Purimandala, not only the one part of the body is longer. Is complete all the parts, leg, hand, feet, face, everything, all single parts are similar way growth, similar way longer. So in this kind of Mahapurush, in Sanskrit, they call Nagrodha Purimandala.
Like Prabhu, symmetrical, we can say symmetrical, yeah?
Right.
Like, yeah, because our portions are not symmetrical. Both our ears are of not same size. Eyes are not of same size like that. So
Right.
that is in Mahapurushas, everything is symmetrical. If you divide them from the center, both the halves are equal in
Right.
all senses.
Right.
They use the word like symmetrical and like similar, like well proportioned.
Yeah. Well
Well,
proportions also. Right.
Well
That's true.
proportioned. Yeah.
That's called
Okay, his hands were like, I've read, like his hands were so big, like when he used to offer prasad to someone, then a lot of prasad used to come in.
Yeah. It was very nice. So I remember that about the Nagrodha because many times they didn't have the explanations. Master Srila Prabhupada keep it at same to learn some Sanskrit.
नहीं एक्चुअली इंग्लिश में ही नहीं होगा कुछ.
वो भी हो सकते हैं.
So और प्रभु जी यहाँ परिमंडलम क्यों बोला फिर?
Purimandalam we used to say Parimandal means Sampurnam. The person's mandalam, his hand, leg, and everything is complete in the one mandal. So Parimandal, everything in same size. Not is like one hand is big, one hand is small. One ear is big, one ear is small. Everything is complete. It's like a mandal. How mandal have a complete? So his body have is the same. That's what we call Nagrodha Parimandala.
Okay.
To indicating everything are equal. So next verse,
just
44.
how beautiful Krishna would be,
Yep. আজানুলম্বিত ভুজ কমললোচন তিল ফুল জিনি নাশা সুধাংশু বদান। আজানুলম্বিত ভুজ কমললোচন তিল ফুল জিনি নানা সুধাংশু বচন। Apurva. Ma'am, Prabhu, could you read the translation, please?
Sure, Prabhuji. 44, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
His arms are long enough to reach his knees. His eyes are just like lotus flowers. His nose is like a sesame flower. And his face is as beautiful as the moon. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Could you see? We can just get the details and we can just meditate on that. How Mahaprabhus look like.
Right.
Seeing a moon, you can meditate. Oh, Mahaprabhu's face is like this shining. Seeing a lotus, you can see, wow, Mahaprabhu's eyes. It's a lotus flower. The lotus flower means is called not a flower. Parnam is a lotus flower की जो पपड़ी होता है, पपड़ी को क्या बोले? Petal.
हाँ,
Yeah, petals.
Lotus petal. And संस्कृत में क्या बोलते हैं? Parnam, right?
हाँ, पर्णम।
Yeah.
नहीं, पर्णम पत्ता।
ये पर्णम पत्ता होते हैं।
हाँ,
पेटल को क्या बोलेंगे?
पता नहीं प्रभु जी।
तो उसको भी पर्णम ही बोलते हैं, I think.
हाँ, आई थिंक उसको भी पर्णम ही
Yeah.
बोलते हैं। हाँ,
उसमें वो लोटस की संस्कृत क्या है?
लोटस का पद्म
नहीं,
है।
वो तो पद्मा है। कलर का बात करो, कलर। लोटस पिंक कलर होते हैं। पिंक का ये क्या है?
वर्ण,
हाँ, वर्ण।
पिंक वर्ण बोल रहे हैं प्रभु जी आप?
पिंक का संस्कृत क्या बोलते हैं?
बुक देखो, चीटिंग करूं? है, मेरे पास बुक है यहाँ पर।
हाँ।
So I know Kapish is brown. That's why
Yeah, Capacious is brown.
हनुमान जी को इसीलिए कपीश बोलते हैं।
Right.
और he was brown.
Yeah, पिंक भी मैंने पढ़ा था लेकिन भूल गया।
हाँ,
वर्णम में आते हैं।
Correct.
रक्त वर्ण, नारंग वर्ण, श्वेत वर्ण, कपीश वर्ण।
I googled it, Prabhuji, just now.
Yeah.
Patal and Shvet Rakt is called pink.
पिंक को क्या बोलते हैं?
Back from a search.
Patal or Shvet Rakt.
श्वेत रक्त.
Shwet is white.
Yeah, श्वेत is white, rakt is red. So white, red. But no, there is actually a particular pink one. What is there? Particular one. Anyway, we'll find out later on. We cannot expend more time. So, so as we hear, Dajanu Lombita Bhujo, that's Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we're just hearing. So his nose, given the description, nose also is not like a nose, right? How big it is like a sesame flowers. It's a beautiful sesame flowers.
I never saw it. Now I'm gonna see it. How does it look? Yes, something I never saw it.
You know the sesame flower. I remember when we were in village, we used to plants all kind of mustard, sesame, wheat, paddy. There's all things we used to grow up in our own in house. So specifically in winter time, when we were in student, so the honeybee used to come and collect the honey from the flower. Okay, and those honey are actually the best honey. When you buy during the mustard season time, then you get the best honey, because from the mustard flower, the best honey can pick by a honeybee and sesame flowers. So what we used to do, because sesame flowers are quite big, we just see when that the honeybee are getting inside the sesame flower. When it's getting inside, we immediately close the mouth of the flower, and we break them the flower, and we hear the you know, how the bee was singing inside. We hear.
Oh.
And sometime when you're doing that, and they poke that flower and bite you.
Oh.
And then we just, you know, throw it. And then we just, you know, just little bit and we do the same thing again.
And you will be fine.
Oh yeah, when you're a
Maybe-
child, bee bite is nothing. We're like a bee as our friend. We're just playing. And I remember that we play a lot.
Wow. Hmm.
Imagine karna form is very difficult, right? I mean,
Huh?
very difficult to meditate. Like it's like my imagination cannot even think. And I want to show you what Mayapur was giving this picture to everyone about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, this is the one of the painting of our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's.
Yeah, so we can maybe meditate on this because I cannot meditate on other things. It's very difficult that way.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I meditate on one thing. Krishna's lotus lips are called क्या बोलते हैं? Pomegranate seed.
Mhm.
Krishna's lips are like pomegranate seed. So whenever I see him, I feel like, oh, such a red color I have.
So the picture the Divyanand Prabhu was showing was commissioned by King Prataprudra. So that's
Yes.
the exact picture, yeah. King Prataprudra Maharaj, he asked the painter to paint Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is how Mahaprabhu looked exactly. So,
Wow. So that picture is very old, Prabhuji then.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
very old.
Bottom of this. Mayapur actually gave, Mayapur temple gave that to everyone.
POBP.
POVP.
Yeah, send it to everyone.
So this picture is from Jagannath Puri actually. This was given to His Grace Amrish Prabhu. So the exact picture is right now in a Detroit temple. This picture.
Big one, Prabhu? Like there's
Yeah, big one. Yeah. This is in the Detroit temple now. So when you go there, you can take picture from there.
I think I have few. I can give you some. I have to check where it is. I kept it because I think I brought almost 20 or 22 pictures.
Prabhuji मिल गया finally.
मिल गया ना? Okay, हाँ. क्या बोलते पिंक को?
पाटलः.
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 Yeah, पाटलः पुष्पा. पाटलः पुष्पा.
हाँ.
Right. Okay, पाटलः. So now we'll go to verse 45. Shantodanto Krishna Bhakti Nishtaparayan Bhakta Vatshal Sushila Sarvabhutesham. Shantodanto Krishna Bhakti Nishtaparayan Bhakta Vatshal Sushil Sarvabhutesham. Translation, Rachana Mata, in Hindi translation, please.
जी प्रभु जी. अनुवाद. वे शांत, संयमित तथा भगवान श्री कृष्ण की दिव्य सेवा में निष्ठा पर परायण है. वे अपने भक्तों के प्रति स्नेहशील है, सुशील है और सारे जीवों पर समभाव रखने वाले हैं.
So the explanations are given. This is actually the qualities are given to the Mahapurushas. How the qualities of Mahapurushas. And we can see, we can compare these qualities to Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everything, all are come together. Everything you can see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, isn't it? Shanta. He is very peaceful. Very peaceful. He is very peaceful. Danta. Controlled. Or Shangjam. Shangjataha. Right? In English is a control. So we can see how is like controlled himself, Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He never, even is like when he was doing the Vidya Lila. When he's doing the Vidya Lila, he never is like a challenge to anyone. Even he have all the knowledge. If someone is telling wrongly in front of him, until someone asks him, is it correct? Then Mahaprabhu open his mouth. Other than that, Mahaprabhu doesn't open his mouth if it is not necessary. If it is not necessary. So these things we can see nowadays, how it is changed. Today, I was just like shocked. I was hearing Sudev is doing Sanskrit class. So one of your Sanskrit Bharati's teacher was giving explanation why Mahashivaratris take place. What is the story behind of Mahashivaratri? And she was explaining how Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, that how Brahma, the four-head Brahma, he was blaming himself. He is everything. He's all in all. He's the bigger than anyone. And Vishnu was thinking he's bigger than everyone. So see the story in the beginning, how the mistaken are taking place. Talking about the Lord Vishnu, he was thinking that he was everyone. He is everyone. He is everything. They said Brahma and Vishnu have a fight. Where is like, you cannot find in any Shastras are given this. So how this message is spreading in a wrong way to the people. Then said, oh, let's go to Shiva. Shiva is the Supreme Personality. He will decide who is big. So this kind of things, Shrudevi said, I don't want this, I don't want to hear this bad. She muted. And she's just, sitting and she muted it. She said, I don't want to hear it. It's completely wrong. And we know the story of Shiva, Mahashivaratri with the Markandeya Rishis. How that take place. So that is like, this planet, so people are not the Shangjatas, not the Dantas at all. They try to prove themselves that they're the best. Or they knows everything. They don't think it's like, we are spreading the wrong message. Let me verify, is the message is right? Is the message is come from the right place? No. Anyway, so this is the Danta. And obviously, Krishna Bhakti Parayan. Krishna Bhakta. And we know the devotees are Krishna Bhaktas and Mahaprabhus. There is no doubt he is the Krishna himself. And he showed Nishtha Parayan, Nishtha. This Nishtha, one of the very, very important of the Nishtha. What's the Nishtha in English said? Nishtha Parayan, fully devoted. Fully devoted. And if you hear lecture, many times, many places, many sannyasis, and everyone used to say, but we always want to give an example from some knowing person. People normally follow who? A lot. We bring the example from that person. It doesn't mean this is only that what comes from that person. This mention everyone. But nowadays is like people are really like Guru Gopal Prabhu in our Chopati devotee, Brahmachari, young Brahmachari, right? Guru Gopal Prabhu. So he, say maximum places that every single personalities, they have one things, they have abilities to do very nicely. Even a person who didn't, learn anything, didn't went to school, but he still have one good quality. Lord give one good quality to that person. If that person stay with that good quality and try to focus on that good quality only, then that person will be success in their life. And it is 100% true. I might be not expert on A, but I'm expert on B. Why I'm, just using my whole time to be an expert on A, and I'm neglecting to my B position. Instead of neglecting your B position, give the time to the B position, your B position will come A plus. So that's the same. So Nishtha is like that, complete devoted. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back from Jagannath Puri, came back from Gaya. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has just start the, Krishna Bhaktis, all kind of symptoms start manifested from him. So many people are giving different commentary. Oh, your son got disease. Someone saying that, the Apashaktis, the Bhuta Petas came and grabbed him. Someone saying, you know what, because that time there is no plane, no air-conditioned train, no air-conditioned bus. You have to walk, you have to go by boat. So there is a cold and heat. By cold and heat might be, he got a pitta roga. Pitta rogas, I don't know what's called in English. Pitta rogas, Prabhu? Ramanuman Prabhu? Pitta rogas ko kya bolte?
Probably related to cold and cough.
It is actually happen. Pitta rogas is not a cold and cough actually. Pitta rogas doesn't show up in front, but it is jaundice.
Jaundice, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that by the jaundice, they behave indifferently. Okay. Some people are saying Bayu Rogaha. The Bayu Rogas means he have a problem with inside. We have a 5 Agnis and same time we have a 4 Bayus in inside. So those Bayus when moving wrongly, then that person act like a madman. So someone saying, your son have a Bayu Rogas, you bring the Vaidyas. Mahaprabhu is not hearing this. Mahaprabhu is like fed up. Mahaprabhu fed up. But Mahaprabhu doesn't expressing. Then Shasimata called Srivas Thakur. He knows, she knows, Shasimata knows. The Srivas Thakur is the only person who could really give the ultimate, what is this symptom for? Is it disease or is something? Srivas Thakur came and Srivas Thakur said, Ma, oh mother, yeah, your son got disease. But you know what? I really want, if that disease can come to me, I'm eagerly waiting to have this disease. When I will get that disease? This disease is not a material disease. This is the disease when the person surrender to Lord Krishna's lotus feet, so he can just meditate on Krishna. See, everything is in Krishna. Do you all want that disease? Hearing that, Shasimata said, that's I'm thinking. My Nimai cannot have any disease, any material disease. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Srivas, today you just saved me. I was waiting when Srivas will come and Srivas will say something. And if you also say same thing as the others said, then you know what I would do? Divanand Prabhu, what could Mahaprabhu say?
I don't know, Prabhu.
No idea. Dr. Namata?
I will discard you. I will reject you.
Okay. Mayank Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhu. No clue.
Mataji there next to you, Prabhu?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mata. What do you think?
I don't know, Prabhuji, but I would like to know from you.
Ishari Mata there?
Yes, Prabhuji, she's here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes. Hare Krishna Mata Shri. Bataiye. What do you think?
प्रभु इस पे तो गैस भी नहीं मार सकते पता नहीं.
Okay, so now we know the answer. Prabhu knows, so we'll hear from Prabhuji. Ramchandra Priya Prabhu.
No, Prabhu, I don't know, Prabhu. I can guess, Prabhu, but I don't know. He would have said, I will jump into the Ganges.
Yes, that's the ultimate answer. Mahaprabhu said, if you just say that, I will jump it in the Ganges and I will kill myself. So you protect me from that. You protect me from that. Then one time, just next day, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in that mood. And Mahaprabhu was looking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And he's like a completely madman. Now villagers said, oh my God, what happened to Nimai? Now villagers are thinking, let's tell him, you know, Krishna always stay in your heart. And they said, oh, Krishna in your heart. Now, you know, Mahaprabhu what tried to do? Tell me, guess what Mahaprabhu tried to do? Kishori Mata.
Prabhu.
What Hanuman did?
What Hanuman did when?
What Hanuman did to prove that he is the servant of Lord?
पूरा सिंदूर लगा
Then they asked like, show us you love. Yeah, so he, what you call, like,
He cracked his chest. He just open his chest and see,
open his heart. Yeah.
right? See what is in my heart. So Mahaprabhu said, oh, Krishna in my heart, let me see. Mahaprabhu tried to crash to his heart. And that time, Gadadhar Pandit was there, very young age, very small boy. Immediately he said, what are you doing? Did you think now is like a noon time? He went for take care of cow. He is in a forest. He's not in your heart right now. Your heart is in temple, his house, but now he is in taking care of cow. When he will come back, then you can open it and you can see. Now he's not there. Mahaprabhu stopped seeing that. Mother Shachi. I say, oh Gadadhar, you saved my Nimai today. I have one request. Could you please stay always with Nimai? It's completely, difficult to control him. Now 2 days. You are the brilliant boy. Immediately you bring that knowledge that Krishna is not there. You save my Nimai. Isn't it beautiful? Those pastimes, So Gadadhar Pandit, from that day, used to stay almost in whole day with Nimai. And then evening, they go back. Gadadhar Pandit and his brother, Banina. A beautiful pastimes we have. So anyway, so Nishtha, Bhakta Vatsal. We know the Lord is always Bhakta Vatsal, right? Who love to his devotee and showing how we can show up your love to your devotee. The two ways you can show up the love to your devotee. One, always try to correct the devotee by chastising them. This is also one of the love. You see, sometime the child got hurt. Child got hurt. What parents do? First, parents scream on child and then show up there. Why the parents scream on it? Because that's their loved one. That's their loved one. Got that hurt, how painful it is. Parent got that hurt. And that's why they scream first. And then they show up their love. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as you know, Aponi achoriya Prabhu apore shekhai. Aponi na achorile apore shekhano na jai. We just hear last Thursday this verse, right? If you don't behave, if you don't do personally, you cannot teach to the others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do that. We can see his Bhakta Vatsalata. How he chastised to the devotee. At the same time, just after chastise, he was feeding the devotee with love. Oh, you didn't eat? Eat more. Bring more nice food. Mahaprabhu serving to it. You have to eat. And devotee eating. What a beautiful pastime that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya seeing this, the lords and devotees pastime. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya are laughing. And Gopinath Acharya are asking to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, why are you laughing? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, I'm laughing because I was just chastising on myself how fool I am. How fool I am. I waste my time. I waste my time a long time. I would come long before to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet and can get the enjoyment on these pastimes. So that's the pastimes of Lord and devotee. So he always Bhakta Vatsal. Then Shushil. Shushil, good character.
Well-mannered. Yeah. Good.
well-mannered. In our Bengal,
Mm.
we say Shushil. Shushil means yes, same thing. The personalities have complete, clean identity. Complete, clean identity the persons have is called Shushil. Not only the complete, clean identity, the persons have all qualities with talking, with a soft voice, with a sweetness. Sometimes you hear from the persons, when you are listening, you just think, let me hear more, let me hear more, let me hear more. What a beautiful sounds are coming. Happening now, sometimes you hear from some saintly personalities and you hear, wow, it's like a divine sound coming to our ear. You heard by Prabhupada giving lecture. It's just directly entered to your heart. That's called the divinity feel. They talk with a very respectfully. As we know, three adhikaris devotee. Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam. How Shushil devotees, normal Shushil, they do. All the three adhikaris, means the Shushil is become a Uttam Bhakta, Uttam Adhikari. So Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam. Now Uttam Adhikari is the label, and after that there is another Adhikaris. What is that, Prabhu? Ramchandra Priya Prabhu?
Above Uttam or below?
Above.
Above Uttam is Paramahansa Prabhu.
Paramahamsa?
I don't know Prabhu exact name, but Paramahansas are those most exalted devotees.
Right.
Yeah.
Above Uttam is Paramhamsa's level. Or why say the Mahottamam?
Yeah.
Mahottamam Mahut Gunadi, Bhaktaha. So Mahottamam, also one side we call Paramhamsa's stage. So those devotees are always show up.
Or another word also, it has been used like in Bhagavatam, like Mahabhagavat we say, those like Prahlad Maharaj and all those category, Mahabhagavat.
Mahabhagavat. Yeah, you can say that. Do you remember the verse? Bali Sheshu, the three adhikaris about in the Bhagavad Gita?
No, bro, I don't remember.
Yeah, I also just forget.
Yeah, but I remember that translation. It is like those Uttam Adhikaris, they see Krishna everywhere. They see not only in the deity form, but even within the living entities and everywhere. He sees Krishna there. And he thinks himself to be the most lowest of all the others, most fallen. He thinks himself to be the most fallen. So that is the characteristic. Like, and then Madhyama, he can discriminate between like who is Uttama and who is like lower and all those. He has that intelligence to discriminate. Like that, yeah. That is the translation of that verse, yeah.
Yeah, almost.
And
like
in the Kanishta, he only sees Krishna in the Sri Vigraha, but not with the other living entities or in the heart. So his behavior is according to that. So that he is called Kanishta. Yeah.
So we will have more explanations on CC about Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam Adhikaris Bhaktas. Also, it is there in Madhya Lila, whereas in Prayag, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching Srila Rupa Goswami. It's very nicely descriptions are given there. So we'll enjoy that. Okay, so Shushil.
One more thing it says is Pandit Samadarshana, like Uttamadhikari thinks everyone at the equal level, even a dog or a human. He knows that Krishna is inside all of them.
Right.
So once Srila Prabhupada said that you have to come down to Madhyam Adhikari to preach. Because if you're an Uttam Adhikari, you cannot preach because you think everyone is a servant of Krishna, everyone is a part and parcel of Krishna, and everyone is a devotee. So they cannot preach. So you have to come down to the Madhyam Adhikari to preach.
Right. That's true. Thank you, Prabhu. Sarvabhuta Shama. Sarvabhuta Shama, just to hear about the Sarvabhutas, how is like seeing everything is equally. So that's the qualities of the Mahapurushas. Now, given the descriptions about his personalities. What is his personalities? Excuse me. চন্দনেরও অঙ্গদবালা চন্দনভূষণ নিত্যকালে পরি করেন কৃষ্ণ সংকীর্তন. Translation, Kishori Mata.
Sure, Prabhuji. Translation. He is decorated with sandalwood bangles and armlets and anointed with the pulp of sandalwood. He specially wears these decorations to dance in Sri Krishna Sankirtana.
Jai. So that's how the devotees used to decorate themselves. Sometimes they do imitate. So imitate is not right, right? Instead of imitate, we should follow. So Mahaprabhu used to use a sandalwood bangle, the bangle made with out of sandalwood. And not only that, why Mahaprabhu used sandalwood? A lot. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows everything. But during the, when he came as a Nara Leelas, when he came as a human form on this earthly planets, so everything he give the reason for that. Everything he bring as a reason. So he bring the Chandan, as he mentioned, the Krishna stay with me. And Krishna have to stay always cool down, right? So as we know, the pastime of Gopal Adyapi, whose name is Srinath Ji, that Gopal with Madhavendra Puri was mentioning to Madhavendra Puri, I'm feeling very hot, go and bring the sandalwood and make a pulp and apply to my body. By sandalwood pulp is make my body cool down. So that's way all the Vaishnavas devotees, they used to put the chandan. This is not a tilakam. Tilak is not chandan. The chandan pulp we used to put in our forehead. You can see in Prabhupada picture, his whole forehead is covered with the chandan. Why? Because the chandan make cool down. Even in Mayapur, during the summertime, we used to, every day after Guru Puja, there is a chandan. We used to put to summertime specifically, all the devotees, meaning his resident devotees in temple, they said, okay, put whole areas. So they put in whole areas like Srila Prabhupada. And you feel it's like a very cool down. Your head got very cool down. You can think even more. So Mahaprabhu using that sandalwood bangle, sandalwood's pulp, sandalwood, all the decorating items. They're wearing it out of, that's all in sandalwood. And when he didn't wear in all the times, during the Nama Sankirtan, when he do the Kirtan, devotee, when he's with the Nama Sankirtan means Sankirtan, when assembled together with the instrument, dancing, that's called Sankirtan. And when we do single japas, that's called Kirtan. Okay. Any adding, subtracting on this point?
Prabhuji, I never knew that we get chandan ke bangles, chudiya.
Mm-hmm.
I know in Bengal they use a white bangle. In
That's
Bengal.
made with a conch shell.
Oh, conch shell ka hai.
Mhm.
Okay. So, and this is first time I'm learning that they have bangles, chandan ke bangles bhi.
Yeah, nowadays is like you can get it, but very rare, because nowadays the chandan is like a price is like a more than a gold, the mahargas. But the old days, the chandan is, there is a plenty of chandans, not that many populations.
Yeah.
They used to make everything in chandan. The sandalwood bangle, sandalwood tilang stem, sandalwood necklace, and continue with a tulsis, but necklaces with the sandalwood. In forehead, in the arms, they use the sandalwoods. Is like a kind of belt,
Yes.
comber belt made with the sandalwood. Everything made by sandalwood. You can have a eating plates with the sandalwood.
Oh, really?
Mhm. Eating plates with the sandalwood. So, yeah, Ramchandra Prabhu.
And even when somebody dies, they use the sandalwood, the rich people.
For burning.
Burning, yeah.
Yep.
Not nowadays, but in previous times. Yeah.
Jai Prabhu. Welcome back.
Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, I just joined and I have a question about the sandalwood paste.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhupada, I've seen Prabhupada applying the here on the forehead sandalwood paste. The question I have is when the dressing happened for the DTs in the morning. So we actually take the tulsi leaf and with the sandalwood paste and put on the Lordship's lotus feet. What's the significance on the feet? You mentioned about the head, that it cools down. And also, second question, some devotee do only on one feet of the Lord, and some do on the both.
Very good, Prabhu. So we came out from the other subject matter. So according to the Narada Pancharatram, deity worshipping, we came on that deity worshipping course now. So sandalwood, why you use the sandalwood? Normally, as we know, the chandan is a decorating items. And decorating items as give the coolness, and the same times when the chandan are applied to the Lord's beauty come up even more. Now, why isn't pit? As we hear Chandana Charitamrita. Why isn't pit? So on tulsi leaves, because tulsis always stay with the Supreme Personalities of Godhead, but his lotus feet, tulsi doesn't stay on his chest. Tulasi Maharani stay in his lotus feet only. On his lotus feet, when we apply the tulsis, there is two reasons. Reason number one, Tulasi cannot stay singly to Lord's feet, stuck on it. When Lord's work, Tulasi will be pulled down before Lord work. So Tulasi wanted go along with what can give the coolness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you put something on the top of your hand, a sticker or something, you start going to feel a little hot when you stay long time. But when you put some cooling, on the pillow and top of it something, it doesn't give you the hot. So making the Lord's feet are cool down, sandalwood was applying in the Lord's feet. And Tulashis are applying on top of it, so then you would fall down when Lord run, Lord go here and there. So that's the reason we use Tulashi leaves with a sandalwood, giving Lord's lotus feet. Now, 1 feet, 2 feet. Yeah, obviously, that's have to go to the both feet, not the 1 feet. And it only goes Vishnu Tattva's feet. If there is no Vishnu Tattvas, the Tulashi should not go to their feet. It can go to their hands and their chest. As like the Gurus can go to Guru's hand. Why his hand? Because you are giving to Guru's hand to offer to Krishna. Guru will offer to Krishna. On that conscience you're giving. The many places you can see people put tulsi leaves on their guru's lotus feet also. How much comment, offenses they are doing it.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
You're welcome, Prabhu. Okay, so we can go to the next verse, verse 47. Eishav gunuloya muni vaishapayan সহস্র নামে কইল তার নাম গণন। এইসব গুণ লইয়া মুনি বৈশা পায়ন সহস্র নাম লইয়া করে না, সহস্র নামে কইলা তার নাম গণন। So recording all those qualities of Lord Chaitanya, the says Vaishapana, Vaishampana included his name in the Vishnu Sahasra Nam. So those the qualities as Nagadha Parimandalaha. So that's the qualities. All the Lord Vishnu's quality, who have that. So sages of Vaishampana.
मतलब वेद व्यास, right, प्रभु जी?
Yeah,
वैशंपायन.
is Vedavyas. Include this whole qualities of Lord Vishnu. So this is all come, this quality to Lord Chaitanya. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami are giving that proof about now who is the Lord Chaitanya. We already got many proofs. Now we gave the bodily future proof also. Now we're saying about his lila. First we got Karan, the reason Mahaprabhu came. Second we got he's the supreme author, supreme personality of Godhead. Third thing we got, he's the supreme person even by bodily feature also. Now we are going to his lila. See how it is connected. Everything Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami want to give a part by part by part. So there is no doubt when you in the Adi Lilas, you will get complete picture in front of you, and no one can defeat you from there. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of Godhead. So you can prove to others also, yes, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Because you have enough documentary and enough proved to prove that he's the supreme personality of Godhead, isn't it? There is no doubt. Okay. দুই লীলা চৈতন্যের আদি আর শেষ, দুই লীলায় চারি চারি নাম বিশেষ. Ram Hanuman Prabhu, please read the translation, 48.
Sure, Prabhuji. The pastimes of Lord Chaitanya have two divisions: the early pastimes Adi Lila and the later pastimes Shesha Lila. He has 4 names in each of these 2 Leelas.
So now we're going to be here. What's name he have in Adi Lila and Shesha Leelas? So we know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having actually 3 Leelas: Adi Leelas, then Madhya Leelas, and then Shesha Leelas. Why over here the Madhya Leelas meanings is not our Madhya Leela in books of Chaitanya Charitamrita, not that. So Adi Leelas and Shesha Leelas, the reason he mentioned, because Mahaprabhu's middle on his Grihastha Leelas, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami doesn't narrate much over here. So that's written by, who knows, Mahaprabhu's Grihastha Leela written by whom? Ramchandra Prabhu?
Grihastha Lila is written by I'm forgetting the name, Prabhu. Chaitanya Bhagavat, the author of Chaitanya Bhagavat.
No.
No? Chaitanya
Same
Mangal?
time.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Chaitanya Mangal. Lochan Das Thakur.
Right. Right. The Chaitanya Bhagavats are, Vrindavan Das Thakur
Vrindavan Das Thakur.
start writing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he went to actually glorifying to his spiritual master, Nityananda Prabhu. And then after is not even he finished his glorifying, Nityananda was glorifying, and he saw already book volume went big, and he stopped over there immediately. So he didn't even describe much more about Nityananda Prabhu and much more about Mahaprabhu. That's why he actually instructed to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to you mention all. Now Krishna Lochan Das Thakur written Mahaprabhu's Grihastha Lila in Chaitanya Mangal. So the both books name was a Chaitanya Bhagavat actually. And then Mata Narayani, the mother of Vrindavan Das Thakur, who actually make a Istagosti with all the great sages, all the Goswamis, all came. So they have a Istagosti, and then they decide the name of the books, because the both keep Chaitanya Bhagavat, then people will be confused. So that's why, they decide, and then Mata Narayani said, according to Gaur Ganadesh, Vrindavan Das Thakur is a reincarnations of Vyasdev, Vedabhyas. So Vedabhyas always written in Srimad Bhagavatam, and also he written Chaitanya Bhagavat. And Lochan Das Thakurs, who always write by hearing people, everything got very good, Mongol. That who hear the pastime of Mahaprabhu's Grihastha Lila, they always get the benefit. That's why this book's name will be Chaitanya Mangal. That's how the book naming ceremony took place by Mother Narayani, present with all the saintly personalities in Istagosti. Otherwise, both books' name was a Chaitanya Mangal. Okay.
One question. So
Yes, Prabhu.
Mangal is all about Grihastha Lila.
Yeah.
Bhagavat is about what then? Is it about like
Chaitanya Bhagavat was starting from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Balla Lila,
Bal Lila? Okay.
and then entered to his study little bit, and then he entered to Nityananda Prabhu.
Okay. So after study, just Nityananda Prabhu. So
Yeah.
Antya is not described by
Right.
and most of Madhya Lila as well then.
Yeah.
And Chaitanya Charitamrita covers
Everything.
everything.
But he doesn't cover everything also. He also left many places.
Because Chaitanya Charitamrita also refers to Chaitanya Bhagavat a lot, right?
No. Deeper means he written that these descriptions have more even in Vrindavan Das Thakur's. That's why I'm not writing here.
Okay.
So he didn't copyright doubling. So whatever he left for, then Narahari Chakravarti Thakur picked from there. Whatever left. So Narahari Chakravarti Thakur said that be merciful to us. They left some remaining food for me. I'm honoring that food and I'm giving to you. So that's why all books are complete individual subject. You're not going to get the same, same thing to other books. Because they left it.
And Prabhu, what did Narahari Chakravarti Thakur wrote?
Bhakti Ratnakar.
Okay.
Now, Narahari Chakravarti Thakur also left some. He also writing, I cannot describe completely because my book volume getting bigger. So I'm leaving something, someone else will write for that. So see, they are how merciful they are. They always left some space for someone will come there and covering that space. And they also left some space. Okay, he will come and he will cover.
So it's like unlimited pastimes of Chaitanya.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's true. And I'm doing Bhakti Ratnakar in every Saturday morning, but today I didn't do it. It is in my Facebook page. If you go and listen the Chaitanya Mangal, you will say, oh my God, we didn't hear this anything. We didn't hear even in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It says like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Dakshin Bharat. It is having details. Then Mahaprabhu meet with Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Chaitanya Charitamrita said that Mahaprabhu stay with Venkat Bhatta's house, and Venkat Bhatta's have a son, Gopal. So Mahaprabhu have a nice, nice relationship with Gopal. And then when Mahaprabhu came, after that, Gopal came to Vrindavan and then Mahaprabhu gave service. Like that. But what is like 4 months he stayed there in Venkat Bhatta's house. What pastime happened with Gopal Bhatta and Venkat Bhatta, and then Venkat Bhatta's older brother, Srimalla Bhatta, and Venkat Bhatta's younger brother. Who knows Venkat Bhatta's younger brother name? It's a very famous name, very knowing name. Sam Saraswati.
Prakashanand Saraswati.
Prakashanand, no. It's starting with
Prabodhanand Saraswati. Sorry, Prabhu. Yeah, Prabodhanand Saraswati.
Prabodhananda Saraswati.
Saraswati.
You know, Prabodhananda Bhatta became a Prabodhananda Saraswati. So these pastimes are narrated by Narahari Chakravarti Thakur. How Gopal Bhatta Goswami will get complete pastime, complete Mahaprabhu's Balla Lila, student Lila in his dream. Then how Mahaprabhu give a darshan of his form of Krishna, form of Vishnu, then form of Mahaprabhu's Balla Lila, is like a child, then form of his young age, then form of sannyasis. So this is in Chaitanya Charitamrita is not there, because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saw the details. I don't have much space to write, so he left for someone. And then Narahari Chakravarti Thakur was mentioning that, and he clarified, those are not in there in Chaitanya Charitamrita or Chaitanya Bhagavad or other places. They are very merciful. They left this first time, so I am writing for that. So that's why, as many books we read, we're not going to get the same story. You will always get something new.
It's for some reason, I feel like we don't do too much focus on Chaitanya Lila. Like we should do more. We are focused on Bhagavatam, which is important, but at the same time, Chaitanya Lila ke upar itna zyada hum hota nahi hai. Like,
yeah, because there is a why we don't do much on Chaitanya Lila, because many times what happened, the actors, the persons are sitting. We have to have that qualified person to digest, to hear Chaitanya Lila. If our foundation are not so strong, we would break down a time being. So that's why it's difficult. But the devotees who have the association with devotee, because they have a supporting pillar with them. So that's why for devotee, yes, compared with Srimad Bhagavatam, same time they can hear Chaitanya Lila, because there is very less chance to break down, because you have supporting pillar a lot. So they will support us not to break down.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Right?
Prabhuji, I remember something like someone asked the same question to Srila Prabhupada, why he has chosen Chaitanya Charitamrita in place of Chaitanya Bhagavat or Chaitanya Mangal. Srila Prabhupada said that for selecting Chaitanya Charitamrita, the reason he gave is because it has the philosophy also. It has a very high philosophy together with Lila also. So that's why he has chosen Chaitanya Charitamrita instead of Chaitanya Bhagavat or Chaitanya Mangal, because the other books are more into Leelas and then in the philosophy. So those are for like very highly elevated people who knows the philosophy very well. They can understand those Leelas in the right context. But other people who are coming from other material background or all these things, for them, Chaitanya Charitamrita is the best, because there it starts with the philosophy first and then it goes into the Lila. So
there is another reason I was thinking, Prabhu, that, and I don't know, maybe it's wrong, but the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also focused on Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Bhakti Vinod Thakur also. There was one GBC SPT, they are doing this lectures on Mahaprabhu till Gaur Purnima, and there was one lecture where they were showing Nadiya Prakash, the one that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to publish on a daily basis. And in that, on the left section, somewhere at the bottom, it was written the books that are there by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita was written there. And he took the project from Bhakti Vinod Thakur, because Bhakti Vinod Thakur was the first one who found Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I was thinking that could be another reason that Srila Prabhupada focused on Chaitanya Charitamrita, to follow his guru. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
true.
True. I have that Nadia Prakash, Nadia Prakash, that actually is a newspaper, which on daily basis is not a daily basis actually. That's used to publish a Praptohiki. Praptohiki means is like every week, the weekly newsletter goes to that, and he published in Chaitanya Charitamrita regularly. Everyone is following every, today this chapter, next week other chapter, like that. He was distributing. At the same time, he was giving a bhashyas on it. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And so he was putting the commentaries. So one of his disciple, who actually stores all the newsletters, every copy. And one of his disciple from that newsletter, he get that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's instructions, meaning the explanations and lecture. He copied it and he make a books. There is 4 books they published. It was published, I think, 11 years ago. 12 years ago. Yeah, 11 years ago. The first publish was take place. Nadia Prakash, the books. Nadia Prakash, Pratham Khanda, Ditya Khanda, Titya Khanda, Chaturtha Khanda, 4 khandas. So before I came USA, they were just published just in Bagh Bazaar, and then it came to Navadvip. So I went. I was informed them that when the copy come to your temple, call me. Because I go frequently to the temple to buy books. So they called me, Prabhu, tomorrow the books are coming. One devotee went and the books is coming. I said, okay, keep my set separately. I'm coming. So I went the very early morning and I pick my set and I bring it back. And reading that, oh my God, it's like, really, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is like, that is a direct his lectures, understanding his writing, his philosophy, reading his philosophy. So then, after reading few pages, so no, now is stay here. Let me finish Prabhupada's books. The Prabhupada books give me more understanding, then I will go get understanding.
That's applicable to all the other acharyas too. Like we have the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, and I tried reading from that. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to understand. And Srila Prabhupada is so amazing. Like he's so simply explained us everything.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. So we can read our last verse today, text 49. Okay, let's hear that verse from Divanand Prabhu itself.
Sanskrit Prabhu, right? Or this is...
This is actually mixing.
Oh, this is mixing. Okay.
Yeah. This is mixing, but it is Sanskrit too.
Swarna Varno Hemango Varnagas Chandana Gadi Sanyasakrit Nishta Shanti Parayana.
Very nice. Okay. Translation. I always forget Mayank Prabhu's wife's name.
Shaista.
Okay. Shaista Mata. Could you read the translation?
Sure, Prabhuji. In his early pastimes, he appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful, and his body, smeared with the pulp of sandalwood, seems like molten gold. In his later pastimes, he accepts the sannyasa order, and he is equipoised and peaceful. He is the highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonalist non-devotees. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Purport. Ramchandra Priya Prabhu.
Sure, Prabhu. Purport by His Divine Grace, H.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. This is a verse from the Mahabharata, Dana Dharma Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra. In his commentary on the Vishnu Sahasranam, called the Namartha Sutta, Srila Balladev Vidyabhushan, commenting upon this verse, asserts that Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead according to the evidence of the Upanishads. He explains that Suvarna Varna means a golden complexion. He also quotes the Vedic injunction, Yada pasyate rukma varnam kartaram isham purusham brahma yonim. Mundak Upanishad 3.1.3. Rukma varnam kartaram isham refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead as having a complexion the color of molten gold. Purusham means the Supreme Lord, and Brahma Yonim indicates that he is also the Supreme Brahman. This evidence too proves that Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Another meaning of the description of the Lord as having a golden hue is that Lord Chaitanya's personality is as fascinating as gold is attractive. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan has explained that the word Varanga means exquisitely beautiful. Prabhu, the other purport.
Yeah, Ram Hanuman Prabhu, could you read the next paragraph?
Sure, Prabhuji. Lord Chaitanya accepted sannyas, leaving aside his householder life to preach his mission. He has equanimity in different senses. First, he describes the confidential truth of the personality of Godhead. And second, he satisfies everyone by knowledge and attachment to Krishna. He is peaceful because he renounces all topics not related to service of Krishna. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan has explained that word nishtha indicates his being rigidly fixed in chanting the holy name of Sri Krishna. Lord Chaitanya subdued all disturbing opponents of devotional service, especially the monists who are actually averse to the personal feature of the Supreme Lord.
Nicely, Srila Prabhupada gave all details explanations over here. And see,
This sounds like Prabhu, in this verse, everything covers from the childhood to sannyas.
Yeah. And could you imagine this sloka are taken from Mahabharata? From Mahabharata, and talking about who will come. Mahaprabhu just 534 years ago. Mahabharata doesn't take place in 534 years ago. Mahabharata's take place is 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And so that time it is written about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that who will come, get sannyas, and do all everything what's over here are given. No? His color, his bhushao, his nature, his character, his quality in preaching movement, and giving a gift, the best gift, dana dharma, giving the best charity, delivering the fallen soul, and nishtha shanti parayana, which one just 2 verses before we hear about the nishtha. So this is our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami providing this to having a more proved that this is the person of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is not only a praman from the only few places, it's from variety places. As one of the praman, also he adding from Mahabharata. Okay. So next verse on 50 we'll do on Thursday from 50, and we'll keep here today as our time zone is over. So in the meantime, if you have some commentary, some adding, some questions, so we can go through.
Prabhuji, recently I learned that usually we call Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was from Bengal. He's a sant from Bengal, but I learned that Actually, he's a sant of Bharat Varsh. Even Guru Nanak, Guru Nanak got his diksha from Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they both give diksha all around Bharat Varsh. For example, Tukaram got diksha from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Guru Nanak got his diksha from Nityananda Prabhu. And today Lochan Das Thakurji got his diksha from Nityananda Prabhu. And I read in that Deepika, Gaura,
Deepika.
In that they said the disciples of Nityanand are called something and the Chaitanya are called something like that. So they have very organized structure.
Yeah, it's going to become, it's called, tree. Chaitanya Shakha, Nityananda Shakha, Advaita Shakha. So Shakha means branches.
Yeah.
The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a tree and then he have a branches. So that's called Chaitanya Shakha. Nityananda is like a Nityananda tree, then Nityananda have the tree branches. Then Nityananda Shakha. Then the Advaita Acharya has a tree and his Shakha, branches.
So Nityananda, good mother. I thought somebody wanted to say something. So Nityananda's disciples, Nityananda Prabhu's disciples are called Gopalas. Gopalas, one who was herding with cattle in Vrindavan. Gopalas, those are Gopalas.
Yeah, we'll discuss on that because it will come to our subject.
Yeah.
So we'll talk on that time.
Beautiful, Prabhuji. Very nice.
Prabhu, I have a clarification.
Yes, Prabhu.
So when we were reading the verse 46, in the translation, last sentence says, he especially wears these decorations to dance in Sri Krishna Sankirtan. And he means Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Right.
And he is a Sri Krishna himself.
Right.
And it says here as a third person that he especially wears these decorations to dance in Sri Krishna Sankirtan.
Yeah, over here, indicating of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he wearing all the decorating abhushanas, that sandalwood bangles, necklaces, those all abhushanas he wear specifically when he goes Sankirtan with the devotees and chanting in the street. See, that is Nityokale Podi Karen Krishna Sankirtan. He's dancing and doing Krishna Sankirtan. So that time only he wear those abhushans with him. So the words is obviously he only can be a Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can indicate that person as a he. So over here, as Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning, only for Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anything else?
She has a question.
Yeah, Kishori Mata.
Prabhuji, I have a question on sannyasa. I mean, you can let me know if you are covering it later, but Prabhu, I was just wondering, like, why Mahaprabhu? Because he was already detached and renounced from, why he had to practically take the sannyas? Like,
very good questions. Yeah, we're going to cover it, but I will give you some deep descriptions.
Yes,
the same questions asked by Gauridas Pandit. Gauridas Pandit, who was the uncle of Mother Janava, and Mother Janava, who was wife of Lord Nityananda, was reincarnation of Revati. Okay, so her uncle is Gauridas Pandit, and that Gauridas Pandit's disciple is Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu, and who's Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu's disciple is Shyamananda Prabhu. Okay, so Gauridas Pandit, when Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu went to Gauridas Pandit's house, because Gauridas Pandit is a very old age. So anything Mahaprabhu do, Mahaprabhu always, as we see, Bhakta Vatsal. The Lord always be a Bhakta Vatsal. He didn't take decision alongly. He always, keep devotees in the center, and he always talk with devotee, discuss with him, and get decision. So he went to Gauridas Pandit and he was talking with Gauridas Pandit. That's Gauridas, I was thinking I'm going to take a sannyas. Now Gauridas said, why? Why you want to take a sannyas? You're doing everything is nicely. You always renounce and everything. So he's saying, I'm taking sannyas not from me. I have to take sannyas to protect the other. Why protect other? Because when Mahaprabhu, or even he's the God, but he's in a Grihastha Lila. Because of the Grihasthas, many people start committing offenses to his Lord's feet. And Sannyas ashram, the ashram for the everyone, respect that ashram. Everyone. So people will be start committing in instant of offenses, they will offer obeisances and they will get the shukritis. To protect the fallen soul, Mahaprabhu have to take sannyas. That's the first karan given to Gauridas Pandit. So we know, because when you are in Grihastha, you are preaching nicely. Still, people loved you. But one place is when people will talk, but still he's in a Grihastha. He have a wife, he's staying with family and things. But the same message given by a sannyasi, they're never going to speak up. Oh, you can't give this message. But they say, no, it's the renounced personality, it's the sannyas ashram. The sannyas ashram is respected ashram. It's called Shavaro Pranammo, meaning everyone offer obeisances to sannyas. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want to save all the human beings, Mahaprabhu accepting. And other karan, other region, we'll talk when we'll go to Mahaprabhu Sannyas Lila. That time Mahaprabhu was giving description in Srivas Thakur's house. When Srivas Thakur's Mahaprabhu said, I'm going to fulfill everyone's desire today. Call everyone. So that time Mahaprabhu actually giving descriptions why he need to get China. So it will become an Adi Lila, almost last chapter. Does it make sense, Mata?
Yes, Prabhu. So I think after Srila Prabhupada, it's now that Grihasthas are also getting little bit of respect, that yes, if families, like the family who chants together, eats and worship together, is respected equally now, right?
Well, not only after Srila Prabhupada. If you see, this is like, on that time also is not like that. But you know what happened? A person who was the very knowing persons, people try to, try to find out more offenses, more, weak point on that person's. As the Nimai Pandit, he is the diamond of the snake's head. Is the diamond of the snake's head. So people don't actually try to find out a fault of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur is a Grihastha. So people are not commenting offenses to Srivas Thakur. Or people, Sipundarik Vidyanidhi, he's also Grihastha. He also getting respect. But they have specifically tried to get offenses of Nimai Pandit because he was the best personalities on that time. So people, without the talking, people always make that Nimai Pandit, they try to commit offense. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets sannyas. And if you see the Grihastha's contributions on the preaching movement, you see the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's maximum parshadas are the Grihasthas. They are Grihasthas, they are not a Griha Medi. There is two things. One is a Grihasthas, one is a Griha Medi. So that's why the Grihasthas, there is many Grihasthas are there. Those are completely renounced. They completely renounce what? they renounce the material desire and the serving to Lord's Krishna's masses, spreading the masses to every places. And Srila Prabhupada bring that and establish to surround the globe so that everyone have that responsibilities which on Mahaprabhu himself given to Nityananda Prabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu actually calling us to our duty. So now, by Srila Prabhupada established all the ashrams, even Mahaprabhu also established. Then later on, it was actually going down. Then Prabhupada actually re-established that. The Grihasthas also a very active position for this preaching movement. Does it make sense, Mata?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Ramchandra Priya Prabhu, do you want to add anything? Oh, Mataji, you have some questions? K Mataji? Yeah, Ramchandra Priya Prabhu, do you want to add anything?
No, Prabhu, you covered everything. I can only share a small thing like Guru Maharaj used to say, like about devotees in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world also there is this relationship of husband and wife, but they are not attracted to each other's beauty. The husbands in the spiritual world and the wives in spiritual world are millions of times more beautiful than the damsels in the heavenly planet also. So what to speak of the earthly people? They are more beautiful, but still they are not attracted toward each other. Their common goal is to serve Lord Krishna. So they are more attracted to serving the Lord there, though they stay as a husband and wife, but they are not attracted to each other's beauty, but they are attracted towards Lord. So they are like also in the renounced order, you can say, sannyas in one form, but the Griyatsa sannyas, you can say like that. So that I thought of sharing, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Beautiful.
And even Mahaprabhu, what Mataji was saying, Mahaprabhu, like in the past time, it will come, you said, like when Mahaprabhu come back from Gaya and then he was showing those symptoms, extracted love and all those. So his student used to misunderstand him. So when he used to say Radhe, Radhe, Lalita, Vishaka, and he will Gopi, Gopi, he will say. So the student will say, why Nimai is saying like Gopi, Gopi and all this? So they will make fun of him and all this. So Mahaprabhu started thinking, I descended to this material world to deliver these fallen souls. So instead of helping them, I am taking them more towards the hellish condition of life. So I will have to do something to save them. So then he decided to take sannyas. So because to save the fallen soul, so he has taken sannyas. Otherwise, the Lord doesn't need to take sannyas. He could have delivered anyway, but because the social condition at that time was that people will give respect to the sannyas order, not to other ashramas. So yeah, that was another, which you said it will come also in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
I'm interested in learning more about Ramananda Rai. Because Ramananda Rai was a Grihastha, right? And I was reading one of the lectures of Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada says Ramananda Rai was akinchana, that he was fully dependent on the Lord. And I want to see that example practically, how a Grihastha is fully dependent on the Lord. Because that concept is still, I mean, for me, it's not understandable 100% yet.
Yeah, obviously that means we can keep ourselves on that position. But to see his eternal form, what form he came from. So we cannot compare, but yeah, we can learn and we can try to apply to our Grihastha life And also at the same time, you have to think the what position we are in right now. According to situations around, you have to keep that apply to yourself. Because as Srila Prabhupada mentioned, and also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu over here saying, Apuni na acharile opore shekhano na jai, if you don't perform, if you don't follow. So our target, we are as soldiers, as you said, we have to be stay in a Madhyamadikari Bhakta. So our target to not to be in a Rai Ramananda, but our target to be in a servant of Rai Ramananda and distribute this name as many people as possible. And when we will preach to the others, and when that people will see that as a Grihastas, we have a children and we are not taking care of our children, we're not taking care of our family properly, we're not taking care of even ourselves properly, we're like behaving like some different personalities. They will say, look, this is, they are the follower of Krishna, is a mad. We don't want to be a mad. That's why Srila Prabhupada gave us a luxurious, dress, luxurious building, luxurious buses. When we go for preaching, people says like, our all buses in outside is writing, founder Acharya, AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. They didn't read Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, they read AC. They say, see, the sadhus are traveling in AC buses. In India, always they used to say that, in traveling Sankirtan buses, when we stop for our bookstall, they come and see inside, because that time there is no AC buses. 25 years ago. So, do you guys have AC buses? He said, yeah, super AC. When then getting inside is super hot. So, oh my God, it's super hot. I said, yeah, that's the AC. I said, this AC is not air conditioned. There is another word also, it's called AC. As a temperature controller, a high temperature controller inside.
Oh, you can say, let me tell you about our AC. Who's supplying our electricity? Everything comes from him.
Right. So that's the things is like, we have to take their shiksha, means their teaching, and we have to use that in a hidden way. So then people would not recognize. In outly bodily future, people should not recognize us, what we are. Right? As is mentioning, apono bhajano katha na kohiyo jatha tatha. Apono bhajano katha. Translation, Ramchandra Priya Prabhu.
Devotional activities that you perform, you should not say here and there at all places, like you should not share that. What happens, like if you do that, then your devotion will go down. So that's why you should not broadcast your bhakti to everyone openly, publicly. Hey, I'm doing this much chanting, I'm doing this many rounds, I get up at this time, I read this much verses, or something like that, to boast yourself. Yeah.
That is protect yourself. And you can see when Gadadhar Pandit went to see Pundarik Vidyanidhi, and Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he doesn't show up, how he is. He was getting a massage from all young girl. He was sitting in a throne, which throne was a golden plated, that throne. And he's like a king. He's a king. He's a king. And seeing Gadadhar Pandit, oh my God, my bhakti is gone. Because the Vishayas darshan, the materialistic people I see, everything will gone today. And then, Mukunda said, oh my God, no, Gadadhar making mistake actually. Even Gadadhar Pandit doesn't speak, but Mukunda could understood by seeing Gadadhar Pandit face, and that's why Mukunda was, reciting that verse, and Pundarik Vidyanidhi fall down and show the ultimate his qualities. Outside of the body, you can't see it, but so what is in the inside? Okay, thank you so much. Rose Mata, do you have a questions? I think it's Sudevis. Are you helping Rose?
I think, Prabhuji, they are having audio problem because
Okay.
a few minutes back it was saying connecting to the audio. So could be there is some issue with the audio.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much all. It was a very nice to have all of your association, and really I'm very grateful to all of you. That you are very kind of me, kind to me, to giving that association. So then, at least I can remember Krishna, and I can serve Krishna along with all of you. Please keep showering that kindness to me and blessings. So then I would do this until my last breath. That's only the one prayer my every day. Because this is the fallen soul, and this earthly planet I always forget. So please be merciful to me, and shower your blessings to me, so then we can read more and more and having more nectar for drink.
We don't want this class to end.
Yeah, it's not going to be end. It's not going to be. It will be go on until you guys feel fed up. Said, oh, Manoram Prabhu is just bothering us a lot now.
I don't think, Prabhuji, we're going to fed up that. I am already planning after Chaitanya Charitamrita which book we should read along with you.
Mangal.
हाँ, चैतन्य मंगल जैसे दिव्य आनंद प्रभु जी ने कहा, we'll read that.
Yes, not a problem. We'll do Chaitanya Mangal. After that, we can do Chaitanya Bhagavad. Then we can do Bhakti Ratnakar. Then we can do Murari Gupta's Karcha. After that, we can do Advaita Charit. After that, we have a planned evenings. I don't think it's like I will live that long. Before that, I think my time will be over. But yeah, until I am here, meaning in these earthly planets, we'll keep going on.
Until we are here on this earthly planet. प्रभु इसी lifetime में पढ़ा देना.
माता जी फिर फास्ट फॉरवर्ड करके पढ़ाना पड़ेगा.
फिर तो प्रभु आप भी क्लास दिया करो.
1.5.
Prabhuji, where is that other Prabhuji?
Mahamantra Prabhu?
Mahamantra Prabhuji.
I think he was busy. He also do university preaching. Might be he have some
Okay.
preaching programs. He is super busy. He do the chanting. Oh, actually, his Guru Maharaj in town. So they have his Guru Maharaj's program is going on. His Holiness Rampa Swami Guru Maharaj actually in town from day before yesterday. So 3 weeks he will be not here.
Okay.
Maharaj
I just wanted to make sure everybody is good, doing well. Okay.
Okay, Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripasindubhyev cha Paritanang Pavonebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Karivatta Vrinda ki jai.
His Grace Manoram Krishna Prabhu ki jai.
All assembled devotees ki jai. Thank you so much. And
Hare-
we'll see you tomorrow, Ram Hanuman Prabhu.
Hare
And
Krishna.
Ramchandra Priya Prabhu, you didn't come last week. What happened?
Prabhu, yes, I'm a little bit lazy. I'm not as good as Ram Hanuman Prabhu. So, and I don't want to be as good as Ram Hanuman Prabhu. So I tried to skip one week.
So see you tomorrow, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, tomorrow I'll come, Prabhu. Give me your blessings, Prabhu. I can come. I can wake up. Yeah.
Okay.
Prabhu, I just want to say, Manoram Prabhu, you are so kind and so humble that really affects, at least internally to my soul, when you speak from your heart. Thank you for that.
No, Prabhu, you keep in top. I'm not in that, as there is a one English word said is like a empty sound much, khali patla jo hote na, wo zyada basta hai. So it's like empty pot is always sound much. So it's same thing me.
लेकिन प्रभु जी मैंने सुना है कि एम्प्टी पत्तला से वो नॉइज ही निकलता है, कीर्तन नहीं निकलता है, पर आप जब करते हैं तो कीर्तन होता है प्रभु जी.
ये प्रभु पता क्या चल रहा है, हमें लग रहा है गौर लीला चल रही है अभी. देखा है प्रभु की, राम हनुमान प्रभु की, हमें गौर लीला देखने को मिल रही है.
Jai Prabhu, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.